section, a few words in praise of Romana Bekovic, who has given more than 30 years to this program. For years to come, Italian Studies of Michigan will be linked to the name of Romana, a native Croat, I think I'll stress many times here, but a devoted Italianist. I guess nomen omen, right? Names come with destiny sometimes. Romana received a PhD, this is stuff you probably all know, but let me repeat it. We received her PhD in 1983 from the University of Michigan, and 3 years later, I'm told, she turned her dissertation into a book on the grotesque in Tommaso Landolfi. By then she was busy running things here, right? Since 1984, in fact, she has taught generations of students, oversaw the work of dozens of lecturers, managed thousands of crises, probably more among lecturers than students, and remained patient with the spoiled brats attitude of cohorts of grad students and faculty members in Italians and beyond. A born organizer and marvelous host, Romana gave her life, but also demanded blood in return for a number of key initiatives, including Italianissimo, la Settimana della Lingua Italiana, and the paper La Nostra Voce, led excursions to exhibits in Grand Rapids or opera in Detroit. This comes from Alison's, and hosted countless parties at her mega mansion, which I invite you to see, cooking or making sure that plenty of great food was being served and eaten. Romana is an expert in foreign language learning and teaching, cross-cultural studies, and in 20th century Italian literature and film. She has pioneered new classes, including Italian for Spanish speakers, introduced the study of theater and cuisine to Italian studies here. She's also devised ever-perfecting methods for new instructors of Italian that have combined the study of language with cultural education. She has published language teaching textbooks, including Parola a te, a vicenda, insieme, as well as essays, I have 2 pages, don't worry, as well as essays on Shasha. What I find obviously extraordinary are 3 things. I've only 2 here, but anyway, I'll improvise. A, when you have a teacher of Italian whose native language is non-Italian, I'm supposed to say Croatian probably, and who is doing her job in a 3rd language, what you have is someone who traffics daily in cross-cultural connections and even in productive misreadings. Her approach to Italian culture has the advantage of walking in and out of it, accessing it never just directly or frontally, but through irony, lots of it, and night moves, to use a familiar chess metaphor. This has been a major resource since it has enabled her students to identify with her energetic game of perspectives and thus learn Italian by performing it. Second, while we're speaking of being cavalier, her pedagogical approach can be described as iron fist, velvet glove. This is from Paolo. I link the iron fist part, obviously, to the iron curtain, you know me. She may be firm and, shall I say, Tito-esque on questions of syntax and grammar, but she always presents human face before students' needs and difficulties, and talented cheerleader when students have curiosities and ambitions of their own. Third, I do have a third. With colleagues and from what I understand her own family, she's always shown the dedication and affection of a true mensch, incredibly generous and always proactive and available. Personally, some of the qualities I most admire in her are her warmth. I remember how you welcomed me with open arms in Philadelphia when we first met in 2001, when I knew I was going to come to the boonies here. And her Slavic, Italian, or I should say Adriatic, commitment to tasteless jokes. But enough snake oil. To conclude, I would not be too much of her. I wouldn't bet too much on her retirement. She'll be still a force with us, ready to offer advice and input, and that's just a good thing. On behalf of the department, and the Italian program in particular, thank you so very much, Romana, for all you did. We owe you the last 30 years of this program's endurance and resilience. Please join me in congratulating and toasting, probably with a slivovitsa or passing out as green tea, to Romana, our model teacher and colleague.